last time we have seen the definition of what is an interval, what are the different types of intervals, finite intervals and infinite intervals. If both a and b are finite numbers such as 1, 2, 3, 4, -1, -3, both the ends of an interval may be open interval or a closed interval. If both the ends are finite number, that is the number which are known to us, then such an interval is called as finite interval. If either of the end, either left end or right end, if either of the end is infinite number, maybe minus infinity or plus infinity, if it is not finite or if both the ends are not finite, then such intervals they are called as infinite interval. So you have seen what do you mean by different types of intervals. Also you have seen what is the neighborhood of a point. So if you are given any real number p, then the neighborhood of point p of radius epsilon is the set of all points, on the real line, okay, which are at a distance less than p from both sides. So if p is a number on the real line, then p minus epsilon, p plus epsilon. So all the real numbers between p plus epsilon and p minus epsilon. So that is what you have seen last time. Now let us see what do you mean by deleted neighborhood. Now if we consider, see for example, suppose I consider here neighborhood of 0.5 of radius 2. This is p and this is epsilon. How we read it? Neighborhood of p of radius epsilon. So what is actually neighborhood of p of radius epsilon? So it is the set p minus epsilon, p plus epsilon. It is nothing but p minus epsilon and p plus epsilon. Now when we consider the deleted neighborhood, or simply first of all see what is neighborhood, open interval p minus epsilon, p plus epsilon. So neighborhood of a point p of radius epsilon, last time we have seen, it is set of all x belonging to R such that mod of x minus p less than epsilon. Mod of x minus p less than epsilon means all those real numbers whose distance from p, is less than epsilon. p पासून एप्सिलॉन पेक्षा कमी अंतरावरती असणारे रियल लाईनवरचे, म्हणजे डावीकडचे आणि उजवीकडचे रियल लाईनवरचे नंबर्स की ज्यांचं अंतर p पासून, दिस इज p less than epsilon. So here it is, what is epsilon here I am considering 2. So 0.5 पासून डावीकडे आणि उजवीकडे 2 पेक्षा कमी, 2 इतकं नव्हे, 2 पेक्षा कमी अंतरावरती असणारे सगळे रियल नंबर्स, ऑल रियल नंबर्स. इफ यू कन्सिडर this definition, then what does it give? This will give you open interval p minus epsilon, p plus epsilon. Okay, so that what is the neighborhood of 0.5 of radius 2 here? Neighborhood of 0.5 of radius 2 is p minus epsilon, that is 0.5 minus 2 and 0.5 plus 2. Simple way, no need to do all these calculations, write the mod and all these things. Okay, just you can consider p minus epsilon, p plus epsilon. So this is nothing but minus 1.5 and 2.5. So open interval minus 1.5 and 2.5. So this is the neighborhood of this interval. If you consider any number, here minus 1.5 is not included. Open interval means we do not include minus 1.5 or we do not include 2.5. minus 1.5 सोडून त्याच्या उजवीकडचे सगळे आणि 2.5 सोडून त्याच्या डावीकडचे सगळे रियल नंबर दोघांच्या मधले. दॅट इज व्हॉट द नेबरहूड ऑफ 0.5 ऑफ रेडियस 2. रियल नंबर्स हे फक्त या लाईनवरतीच आहेत, त्यामुळे लाईनवरचे पीच्या आजूबाजूचे किती अंतरावरती असणारे, अमुकपेक्षा कमी अंतरावरती असणारे, सो दॅट रेडियस म्हणतो आपण. सो इथे 2 पेक्षा कमी असणारे, सो दॅट इज ओपन इंटरवल minus 1.5 आणि 2.5. सो दिस इज नेबरहूड ऑफ 0.5 ऑफ रेडियस 2. आता याच्यामध्ये, या नेबरहूडमध्ये, या इंटरवलमध्ये हे कोणाचं नेबरहूड आहे? दिस इज नेबरहूड ऑफ 0.5. वेदर 0.5 बिलॉंग टू दिस सेट, वेदर 0.5 बिलॉंग टू दिस सेट. याच्यामध्ये 0.5 आहे का? येस, 0.5 आहे. या दोघांच्या मधले सगळे. सो 0.5 इज देअर. इट इज नेबरहूड ऑफ 0.5 ऑफ रेडियस 2. 0.5 is there inside. Now if we exclude, if we remove only 0.5 from this neighborhood of 0.5, if we exclude 0.5 from this neighborhood, it is neighborhood of 2, neighborhood of 0.5, but I am removing only one point, 0.5 from that. So I will remove only this point, one point. It is a neighborhood of P. It is, this set is a neighborhood of 0.5, but from which we remove 0.5. So we have deleted 0.5. It is a neighborhood of P, but from which P is deleted. So such a neighborhood is called as deleted neighborhood of P. Deleted neighborhood of P. So see, what is the definition of deleted neighborhood? If P is any real number, then the deleted neighborhood of P of radius epsilon greater than 0, epsilon, is the set. Which set? It is neighborhood of P of radius epsilon. P चं नेबरहूडच आहे ते, पण त्यातनं काय काढून टाकलंय? मायनस. येस, काय रिमूव्ह केलंय तुम्ही त्यातून? मायनस सिंगलटन पी. पी फक्त काढून टाकला. पीचाच नेबरहूड एप्सिलॉन रेडियसचा, पण पी डिलीट केला. सो इट इज कॉल्ड एज डिलीटेड नेबरहूड ऑफ पी. दॅट इज एन पी एप्सिलॉन मायनस सिंगलटन पी. म्हणजे पी हा, दिस इज नेबरहूड ऑफ पी. त्यातून वी आर डिलीटिंग सिंगलटन पी. सो व्हॉट इज दिस नेबरहूड? व्हॉट इज नेबरहूड ऑफ पी ऑफ रेडियस एप्सिलॉन? It is P minus epsilon, P plus open interval, P minus epsilon, P plus epsilon minus singleton P. So this is how we define deleted neighborhood. Okay. So see, while defining, you have learned what is limit, what is continuity, what is derivative. All the time, always be there, consider x tends to 2, but x not equal to 2. So x tends to 2, if you consider a real line, and suppose I say x tends to 0.5, x tends to 0.5, x हा 0.5 कडे चाललाय रियल लाईनवर. वेदर इट इज टेंडिंग 0.5 फ्रॉम द लेफ्ट or from the right, x tends to 0.5, whether it tends from the left or from the right. What we say is x tends to 2 implies x is not equal to 2, or x tends to 0.5 implies x is not equal to 0.5. Means x is tending to 0.5, but it is never equal to 0.5. Means we are deleting 0.5. We are deleting 0.5. So when we consider limit or continuity, in that process always we consider deleted neighborhood of any point, okay, whose limit we are considering. Okay, so what is deleted neighborhood here now? So if you consider deleted neighborhood of this 0.5, then what it will be? Deleted neighborhood of 0.5 of radius 2. So what you have to do is only you remove from this, yes, minus 0.5. It is a neighborhood of 0.5 of radius 2. So only remove you 0.5. What you will get is deleted neighborhood. Okay. So this is how we define neighborhood and a deleted neighborhood. Okay. Now see one more example. Find P and epsilon. If NP epsilon is equal to, just I have told you what are the neighborhoods. If you consider neighborhood of any point, P of radius, any radius epsilon, then it is always an open interval. P minus epsilon, P plus epsilon, open interval. It is neighborhood of P of radius epsilon. Okay. Radius epsilon, neighborhood of P of radius epsilon. It is open interval P minus epsilon and P plus epsilon. This is epsilon. What is epsilon here? Here epsilon is 2. Here epsilon is 2. Okay. So neighborhood of any point P of radius epsilon is always open interval P minus epsilon, P plus epsilon. Now if you are given some interval, then you have to find येस, व्हॉट इज पी अँड व्हॉट इज एप्सिलॉन. कोणाचं नेबरहूड आहे ते, कुठच्या पॉईंटचं नेबरहूड आहे आणि किती रेडियसचं आहे. दिलेलं इंटरवल कुठच्या पॉईंटचं नेबरहूड आहे आणि व्हॉट इज द रेडियस. सो सपोज हिअर यू आर गिवन एन पी एप्सिलॉन ॲज open interval -1 1. You have to check this open interval, this just like this interval or this interval. This interval is neighborhood of which point P and of what radius epsilon. So see how to find. Here NP epsilon. What is NP epsilon? What we know? NP epsilon is nothing but P minus epsilon, P plus epsilon. Therefore, this implies P minus epsilon, P plus epsilon is equal to open interval this is equal to open interval this. Two open intervals are equal. Therefore, P minus epsilon is -1 and P plus epsilon is 1. Therefore, P minus epsilon is -1, P plus epsilon is equal to 1. You solve these two equations, just you add these two. So what you get is 2P. Epsilon will get cancelled. 2P is equal to -1 plus 1 0. 2P is equal to 0. So P is 0. So what you get is P is equal to 0. P is 0. And if you subtract 1 from 2 or subtract 2 from 1, so what you get is epsilon is equal to 1. -2 epsilon is equal to -2. This minus this PP will get cancelled. Minus epsilon -2 epsilon, -1 will be -2. -2 epsilon is -2, so epsilon is 1. So epsilon 1. Therefore, this is here P is 1, and so this interval, open interval, is neighborhood of 0 of radius 1. Okay. Now see one important property of neighborhoods or of real numbers especially. If you consider any two real numbers, however close may be, you may consider 0.1 and 0.2 or even 0.1 and 0.1 means 0.10 and 0.11. Consider any two real numbers. So you may find if you have two real numbers which are different real numbers, then these numbers have disjoint neighborhoods. They can be separated by distinct real numbers. If you have two real numbers, then you may have neighborhoods of 2 points which have nothing common. You may choose neighborhoods in such a way that up to distinct points in such a way that the neighborhoods are disjoint. So distinct real numbers, two different real numbers have what type of neighborhoods? Disjoint neighborhoods. Okay, so that is if P and Q are any two real numbers, and if they are distinct, if they are different from one another, then neighborhood of P of radius epsilon, you may find neighborhood of P and neighborhood of Q of some suitable radius, epsilon radius, such that they have nothing common. Their intersection, nothing common means their intersection is empty set. They have nothing common. Okay. So if P and Q, this is a theoretical statement and this is mathematical statement in symbolic form. So if P and Q are distinct real numbers, then there is a radius epsilon. How we find the neighborhood? To find a neighborhood, we require some radius. Suppose here is 0.5. You may find its a neighborhood of radius 0.5 also, of radius 1 also, of radius say 2 also, of radius 3 also. So choice of radius is important. So depending on the choice of radius, you will get different neighborhoods of same point P. So choice of the neighborhood depends on choice of the radius for a particular point P. Okay, so suppose we choose, so for any point P and Q, there is epsilon greater than 0 such that neighborhood of P and Q of this much radius are disjoint. They have nothing common. So how to prove this? See here. So you have to prove this. If you choose any two real numbers P and Q such that they are disjoint, okay, then you have to prove that you may have some radius, you may choose some radius epsilon such that neighborhood of P of this much radius, neighborhood of Q of this much radius, these two neighborhoods have nothing common. They are disjoint. Okay. So suppose P and Q are any two real numbers, and suppose P is not equal to Q. Therefore, as P is not equal to Q, if P and Q are two different real numbers, okay, then distance between them will be definitely greater than 0, right? If P and Q are two different points, then distance between them, that is modulus. Geometrical meaning of modulus is distance of P from Q. So therefore, as P is not equal to Q, therefore mod of P minus Q, that is distance of P from Q, is definitely greater than 0. Okay. So as this is greater than 0, so what I will do is now I will choose half of this distance as epsilon. So definitely epsilon will be greater than 0. Therefore epsilon greater than 0, and this implies epsilon greater than 0. And what is mod P minus Q? Mod of P minus Q is nothing but take this 2 to this side. So mod of P minus Q is 2 epsilon. So what I am choosing is epsilon as half of the distance. Okay. So see here. Suppose this is my P, this is my Q. Okay. Distance between these two is this much. What I am doing is, what is epsilon? Half of the distance. So this is, suppose here is the middle point. So this is my epsilon now. This is my epsilon. This is my epsilon. This is distance between P and Q. Half of that, half of distance between P and Q is this distance. Now tell me, what is the neighborhood of P of this much radius? This much radius, it will be, yes, this open interval, and what is this? This is nothing but P minus epsilon, and sorry, P plus epsilon, because this distance is epsilon and this is nothing but P minus epsilon, right? Now if I choose this distance between P and Q is, some distance, see this is distance. If I choose half of that, and if I take neighborhood of Q of this much radius, then what is this? This will be, this point will be Q minus epsilon, and here will be Q minus epsilon, right? Q minus epsilon. Okay. So now see here, whether these two have anything common, these two intervals, because see, when I consider open interval P minus epsilon, P plus epsilon, whether P minus epsilon, for example, suppose I consider open interval 1, 2. Whether 1 belong to this? No. Whether 2 belong to this? No. So when I consider neighborhood of P here as open interval P minus epsilon, P plus epsilon, then whether P minus epsilon belong to that set? No. Whether Q minus epsilon belong to neighborhood of Q? What is NQ epsilon? NQ epsilon is nothing but open interval Q minus epsilon, Q plus epsilon. But Q minus epsilon also does not belong to that open interval, and Q plus endpoint do not belong to that interval whenever we consider a open interval. So therefore, if you consider neighborhood of P of this much radius and neighborhood of Q of this much radius, then these end points, then neighborhoods will be P minus epsilon, P plus epsilon open interval, and open interval Q minus epsilon, Q plus epsilon. But P minus epsilon does not belong to that open interval, Q minus epsilon does not belong to that interval. Therefore these two intervals have nothing common, they will be disjoint. Therefore neighborhoods of P and Q are disjoint. Now see how to prove here. So suppose epsilon is half of this. Okay. So what I want to prove is, if I choose neighborhood of P of this much radius and neighborhood of Q of this much radius, then they have nothing common. Now see how to prove. We have to prove that these two, their intersection is empty, means they have nothing common. Suppose if possible, on the contrary, suppose if possible, their intersection is not empty, means there is something common. Suppose X is common to these two, then x belong to this and x belong to this, x belong to this and x belong to this. So, if x belong to this neighborhood of P, what does this mean? X belongs to neighborhood of P. This is the neighborhood of P, this set. X belong to this means x is here or here or here or somewhere here. Then what is the distance of x from P? If here is x, what is the distance of x from P? It is definitely less than epsilon. Then mod of x minus P less than epsilon. Distance of x from P is less than epsilon, and distance of x from Q is less than epsilon. Okay. Then what is mod of P minus Q? Mod of P minus Q is equal to, I will subtract and add x minus x plus x. Okay. Then use triangle inequality to these two. This is A and this is B. Mod of A plus B less than or equal to mod A plus mod B by triangle inequality. So, that is what I have is mod of P minus Q less than or equal to mod of x minus P plus mod of x minus Q. But what is mod of x minus P? Less than epsilon. This is less than epsilon. So, epsilon plus epsilon to epsilon, that is mod of P minus Q is less than 2 epsilon. Okay. It is less than 2 epsilon. But what is mod of P minus Q? What is mod of P minus Q from your assumption? It is nothing but 2 epsilon. That is 2 epsilon is less than 2 epsilon. If you cancel epsilon, then what you get? 2 less than 2. Or if you cancel 2 epsilon from both sides, 1 less than 1. 1 cannot be less than 1, which is a contradiction. Therefore, this contradiction is because of our wrong assumption. What is your wrong assumption? That these two neighborhoods have something common. So, they have nothing common. Okay. Therefore, our assumption is wrong. That is, distinct real numbers. If P and Q are two distinct real numbers, then these numbers have disjoint neighborhoods. Okay. You can choose suitable neighborhoods of P and Q such that they have nothing common. Okay. So, thus the Hausdorff property is distinct real numbers have disjoint neighborhoods can be proved. Okay. It is important, many times it is asked in the exams also. Now, see another example. Find the disjoint neighborhoods of minus 1 and 3. Disjoint neighborhoods of minus 1 and 3. So, here suppose P is minus 1 and suppose here Q is 3. Okay. Q is 3. So, as P is minus 1 and Q is 3. So, what is mod of P minus Q? Mod of P minus Q is mod of minus 1 minus 3. Minus 1 minus 3. So, this is mod of minus 4. What is mod of minus 4? Mod of minus 4 is 4, right? So, therefore, now you choose epsilon as half of, or you may choose this as 1/3 also, does not matter. You may choose this as 1/3 or 1/4, does not matter. You choose half of this, 1/3 of this, 1/4 of this, 1/10 of this. Okay. So, as small you can choose. See, I have chosen half. If you choose 1/3, then it will be like this. The neighborhood will be like this, 1/3. Smaller. They have nothing common. Easily you can observe. See, for example, suppose say this is 1, this is 5, and if you choose, see, neighborhood of radius 1. So, suppose here is 2, 3 and 4. So, this will be neighborhood of 1. This will be neighborhood of 5 of radius 1. So, they have nothing common now. They are far away from one another. So, what is the neighborhood that is of maximum radius? Half radius is the maximum. If you choose smaller than that, then easily you will observe that they have nothing common. Okay. So, I choose here half. So, half of this. So, half of 4 is 2. So, my radius is 2. Therefore, NP epsilon neighborhood of P, that is of minus 1 of radius 2. What is it? It is nothing but open interval P minus epsilon, P plus epsilon. So, minus 1 minus 2, P is minus 1 and radius is 2. So, P minus epsilon, minus 1 minus 2 and minus 1 plus 2, P plus epsilon. Similarly, neighborhood of 3 of radius 2 is 3 minus 2, 3 plus 2, p minus epsilon p plus 2. Therefore, what is this? Minus 3 and this is plus 1. So, neighborhood of minus 1 of radius 2 is minus 3 1 and neighborhood of 3 of radius 2 is 3 minus 2 is 1 and 3 plus 2 is 5. So, whether these two have common, whether these two intervals, whether one belong to this, whether one belong to this, no, whether one belong to this, no. So, they have nothing, no one common, because here there is no one does not belong to this, nor one does not belong to this. So, therefore, these intervals are disjoint, they have nothing common, empty. Therefore, disjoint neighborhoods of minus 1 and 3 are these two intervals. So, this is how you can find deleted neighborhoods, disjoint neighborhoods, or given a interval, any interval, you can find the choice of p and epsilon also, and you can prove Hausdorff property for important property for real numbers.